Wolverine is a villain and the newest Winter Soldier in Marvel's Ultimate Universe. But in the third and latest issue of his series, it looks like he's finally starting to remember who he was before being turned into a monster. So with that being said, we pick up 17 miles outside of Smolensk, Russia, with an unidentified someone waiting outside in the cold to be picked up at a bus stop. And soon enough, it's revealed that the people picking them up are none other than Kitty Pryde and Gambit, who are working for the opposition. And if you don't remember what the opposition is, it's basically a group of rebels fighting against the people who brainwashed Wolverine, aka the Eurasian Republic. And although at first Gambit wasn't sure if they could trust this new recruit they were picking up, eventually Kitty Pryde indicated that they didn't really have a choice because they needed all the help they could get. So they asked this new recruit if they were a good driver, which is when the one and only Black Widow pulled down her hood, expressing that she was capable of many things. After that, the story jumps over to a briefing where we find out that the Eurasian Republic is already in the process of hunting down Gambit and the others we just saw, because apparently Gambit killed one of their leaders last week during a raid on opposition forces. And the reason it was so important for them to capture these three was because not only was the leader Gambit killed Colossus's brother, but Black Widow used to fight for the Eurasian Republic until betraying them to work for the opposition. So in an effort to bring them down, they put together a task force accompanied by the Winter Soldier to infiltrate one of the opposition headquarters through the sewers underneath their base. But because of Wolverine's sporadic and unpredictable nature, all of the Eurasian soldiers were equipped with adamantium bullets just in case his mind control stopped working somehow. Eventually, all of them were put to a stop though, because they realized that a bunch of glowing chess pieces were lined up all throughout the tunnel. So in order for them to proceed forward with their mission, Logan grabbed one of the Eurasian soldiers, lifted them up into the air, and then hurled them directly into one of these mysterious chess pieces, which revealed that they were actually explosive mines. And after the first one went off, all of the other ones followed in a giant chain reaction, which was enough to let Gambit and the others realize that shit was about to hit the fan. So Black Widow jumped inside of a truck and tried to escort their cargo before the Republic could reach them, but because the truck was having trouble starting, Gambit ordered all of their reinforcements to guard the main doors. Sooner than later though, Wolverine began clawing his way inside, and immediately upon his entry, he was practically unstoppable. Every single bullet shot at him literally bounced off of his skin, and every single soldier he got his hands on was ripped apart limb from limb. After that though, the truck was finally able to start, so Gambit jumped on the back of it, using one of his cards to ignite a massive explosion in an attempt to slow Logan down. But totally unfazed and determined to spill more blood, Logan just kept on pouncing their way until reaching the back of the truck, rolling up the doors, and then realizing that they were escorting a large group of children who were rescued from the Eurasian Republic. But still unable to think clearly, Logan then popped out his claws, which made Kitty Pryde realize that it was him. At first she couldn't tell because of his new uniform, and so he goes on to try and end her life by slashing through her stomach and tearing out her guts, but Kitty Pryde is able to phase through physical objects, so his claws end up going right through her body, which allowed her to reach inside of his mind. And upon doing so, Logan was completely overwhelmed by a bunch of memories from his past, including love interests, his life on the farm, and the Eurasian Republic, turning him into a monster. But still unsure if he was in the right state of mind or not, Kitty then booted him out of the truck into the snowy forest, where he proceeded to just lay there on the ground trying to figure out what was going on. But sadly, that's when this issue comes to an end. But if you guys want to see what happens next, let me know in the comments down below.